Go. Hi, my name is Kelly Lauder. Yes, it's spelled like ha-ha. Sorry, my name is Kelly Lauder. I'm not that tall, even with heels. It's spelled like ha-ha. Today I want to talk to you about how you can use the concept of yes and to start loving your customers and get them to love you back. Yes and is the keystone of improvisational comedy. On the stage, an actor accepts whatever is given to them by their fellow actor at face value and then builds on it. So, if an actor comes on stage and he says, stick 'em up, and the other actor says, well, you don't have a gun, you just have your fingers, the scene's going to die right there. But if the other actor says, well, yeah, you got one of those new banana shooting guns, what a good thing that I'm a chimpanzee, they can build and evolve the scene from there. So much like on the stage, UX folks have to be used to catching curveballs. You might have a client who says that his wife designed the color scheme. You might have a new boss who says, you're the one who makes everything pretty. You might have a user start crying during testing, and all of these things have literally happened to me. You have to be able to rebound from the unexpected in order to keep the game going. So that means you've got to be ready to catch the ball or it's going to hit you right square in the face. You can't answer no but or you stop the conversation. You can't, the same goes for yes but, because it kills everything the speaker just said. So think of it this way, if you're talking to your significant other and they say, ooh, I want to go to dinner tonight, and you say, yes, but I want to go to the movies. Do you think they feel heard or do you think that they think they're going to the movies tonight? There are 4 ways to incorporate yes and into business conversations. Sorry, I'm going to just skip this. You can agreeing shows respect for the user. Adding to the speaker's thoughts, create new topics for discussion and shows that you're paying attention and being active in conversations. Don't only ask questions. Give your opinions about the feedback that you've received and keep the information flowing and the conversation moving. Stay positive and adapt to the people around you. You can't control how the people around you will react. Even if you feel like you've tanked the meeting, it should provide lessons that can be taken into your next situation. Even if the other people in the room disagree with what you say, they're offering you information. Take it and move the story forward. You don't have to necessarily agree with what was said to find value in it. Using yes and does not extinguish the creative spark that someone might have, but rather promotes a continual creative thinking process. So, I know this sounds really scary. You've got a fear that you're going to lose power, you fear you're going to look dumb, you feel you're not being heard. You have to trust that the other people in the room want to create a project that's meaningful to their users too. So if you yes and, it's a sign of respect, showing them that you trust them on this. It's a form of reflective listening that allows you time to rephrase their concerns and connect them to the issue at hand. Their fear is that they're not being heard, they might look dumb or they've lost power. When a person becomes aggressive, their tone increases, their volume and their speed and their talking goes up. That's a fear response. Yes and tells them, I hear you, your words matter to me. It removes the fear and it opens the door for contribution. Yes and forces us to slow our brains down and consider what we're saying next. It challenges your brain to stay in the moment. Saying no is a knee-jerk reaction. But if you say yes in a situation where you might ordinarily have said no, you allow yourself to open up to possibilities and you find that people are more likely to say yes back to you. That doesn't mean that you have to always agree with everyone, but you can strongly disagree with someone and still communicate openly and respectfully. Yes and isn't going to make you love every idea, but it might let you love it for a little bit. So there's this writer for the David Letterman show, and someone asked him, how does it feel to work all the time and then have nothing that you did appear in the monologue? And he's like, they're just jokes. Ideas are cheap. You can write more of them. I know some of you are thinking, well, I can't do this. Please. Remember when you were a teenager and your parents wanted you to babysit? And you just said yes, and if you give me the keys to the car, I can do it. So lastly, well, the benefits of yes and for UX Improv gives the ability to think on our feet and pivot at a moment's notice. So lastly, people like to have fun, even at work. Celebrate ridiculous ideas, be energized and positive about suggestions. In other words, don't be the big butt in the room. Thank you.